Let's talk tobacco fragrances. My guess is that you've heard everything there is to hear about fragrances like Parfum de Marly's Herod, like Spicebomb Extreme, Initial Side Effect, and Guerlain L'Homme Idéal Eau de Parfum. So I'm gonna bring forward 10 fragrances with tobacco note that isn't that much spoken about today. And this isn't gonna be a top 10 or anything like that, it's just 10 fucking great tobacco fragrances. And we're gonna start with Bortnikov Millennium Santal. Millennium Santal by Bortnikov is a creamy, sweet tobacco fragrance. There are some similarities with fragrances like Serge of Naxos, but there are some very important differences. The citruses in the top note here are a big, juicy, sweet red orange for most of all, and then behind all that creamy sweetness you find a fresh floral soapiness like flowers from lily of the valley and jasmine. And the sandalwood in here is that creaminess. It's really a great sandalwood forward fragrance. And next out we have Orco Smoke. Orco Smoke isn't for the weak-hearted people. This is a beast of a fragrance. It opens up with that very cigarette-y, smoky opening, but the journey this one takes you on is amazing. So you get from that really almost repellent opening to this really warm, sweet, creamy, fluffy tobacco fragrance. As I said, it's a journey to experience Orco Smoke. Next out on this list is Norton & Wilson's Old Money. I don't think that Old Money is inspired by how a person with Old Money smells like. I think it is inspired by where they hang out. So you get this feeling of an old gentleman's club with the cigarette, the tobacco, smoky things hanging around you, with the leather from the Chesterfield sofas that you have there, and you also have that boozy bourbon in here. But at the same time, you do get the feeling of a lady in red with a cocktail, because it has a sherry on top in here that gives you that feeling. But also, most important is the animalistic notes in here. From the amber musk together with leather makes this one really special. Next out we have Strong With You Tobacco. This has this typical Strong With You DNA from a nutty sweet vanilla. But on top of that, you have this amazing tobacco. Now, I do get a slight hint of Initial Side Effect in this one, because there is also a fruitiness together with the tobacco feeling. But most of all, the tobacco is way more pronounced in this one, and I would say this is the best one in the Strong With You line. Next up, we have Zara Antique Brown. This is if Naxos fucked Strong With You. So you get that creamy, honey, sweet tobacco together with that nutty vanilla that you find in the Strong With You line. For being a Zara fragrance, I think this is one of the best releases they've had. Swiss Arabian Tobacco 01. In my opinion, this is the best Middle Eastern fragrance I've ever tried. It is full of contrast. You have fruitiness meets spiciness, smokiness meets sweetness. You have side effect meets tobacco lore. But in this one, I think the tobacco is way more pronounced, and I also think that the tobacco is a little bit darker take compared to both tobacco lore and side effect. Born to Stand Out Smoking Gun. Just listen to the note breakdown of this one. I'm gonna read it. Rum, bitter orange, juniper, Campari, incense, pine, leather, whiskey, cinnamon, oak, tobacco, cedar, vanilla, sandalwood. Just fucking amazing. I think the name can throw a bit of people off here. Many people refer to this as gunpowder. In my opinion, it's the psychological effect of fragrances. When you read gun in the name, you're gonna make the connection to a gun. Because I don't find any gunpowder in this at all. I do find, however, a very smoky, spicy tobacco fragrance. But after around 20 minutes, the whiskey comes forward, and that booziness, that whiskey is one of the best whiskey notes I've ever tried in a fragrance. I wished it was more pronounced. I wished it was about whiskey in this fragrance. But yes, it is more about the tobacco, obviously, and you get that fluffy, rich tobacco together with the booziness and the sweetness. It's damn good, this one. Smoking Gun from Born to Stand Out. Frank Bouclet Tobacco. Before I did this video, I went online to see what the price is today. And on Deluxe, you can buy this one for under 100 quid. And that is a fucking steal. Because this fragrance opens up reminding me a lot of Roger Enigma. And that is much thanks to the plum and ginger. It gives you that Coca-Cola feeling in the opening, together with the tobacco. But you also have cloves and vetiver in here. And both the cloves and vetiver brings forward a smoky tone. And then obviously you have the dry note with tobacco, vanilla and some ambery touches. Plume Impressions Royal Bourbon. I would say that this is the most complex fragrance in my collection. I've seen different people try this one, both those that are new to fragrances, but also those that have been in the game for a long time, and each and single one has a different take on this one. So here is my take. It opens up with a smoking hot cup of tea with a fruity flavor. After that, there is the magic, because after that you find that boozy, sweet tobacco with some warm spices such as cinnamon and black pepper. You also have some hints of caramel and a woody base. Royal Bourbon, definitely one of my best pickups ever. Les Indomables Vanilla Havana is again one of those complex fragrances, because on the wrong day, I do get a lot of banana from this fragrance, but on the right day, I don't detect banana at all, and I don't enjoy banana. So today is the right day for me to wear it because it's very cold outside. You also have a bunch of cacao in here, and I don't think that the cacao in here gets too chocolatey. It almost gives you more of a powdery bitterness together with the tobacco, together with the sweet vanilla, but you also have some dried fruits in here that brings forward a boozy touch together with the rum note obviously, but also the sweetness from the vanilla and the ambery touches on a woody base, again of cedar I believe. Truly amazing. Vanilla Havana is definitely something you need to try out in my opinion. Don't blind buy this one. And last but not least, I want to give you a couple of honorable mentions. Precious Liquid Tobacco Royal. I need to talk a little bit more about this one in the future. But if you do like Amouage Royal Tobacco, I think you might like Tobacco Royal as well. And we have something from Omnia Profumo, a little Italian brand. This is called Isio, and I think it's a nice tobacco fragrance, but there's also a bunch of incense in here that brings forward a smokiness. So I would describe this fragrance as an old Italian gentleman riding his car, having a typical Italian cologne on him. At the same time, he's kind of smoking on his way to Sunday church. That is the feeling I get from this fragrance. Truly amazing story in my opinion. So I hope you find here 12 tobacco fragrances it turned out to be that you haven't heard that much about before.